Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about getting XP in Shattline. So starting out with the game, you know, it sucks. You have iron sights. You can't hit a damn thing because you can't see anyone. Well, the way to do that, as with most games, is to just grind the ever-loving shit. But there's two ways that can really make better use of your time. One, you can play PvE, and you could run expedition, and although you know that may be fun, game definitely does it better than most. I'm more of a PvP kind of player. I like to play actual other individuals and not AI, so that really only leaves you with one major choice in order to grind out those weapon attachments, get that weapon XP, and just progress as fast as long as you can. With that, you want to play the escort mode. That's what I'm showcasing here. Luckily, we did have the weekly event this past week, which was a new escort map, so it stayed pretty heavily populated. Didn't have to wait for games at all, and nobody really knew like the perfect spots right off the bat, right? So it wasn't like you were getting camped and pushed into your spawn nearly as much as you do on the normal escort game mode. But it's definitely worth a try. So whenever you're playing these game modes, it's best to play with a full team. Now, like myself, and it's hard to come up with a full team to play with of squad mates that are open or even willing to play it because they're like, oh, it's a free game, it's probably going to be shit. You can always jump in solo, and I've had pretty good luck in solo runs for the most part. If you use the voice chat, I normally have a couple people that aren't total assholes, so you know, it's worth a try. Be like, yo, what's going on, guys? You want to farm some XP? And half of them are like, how do you do that? Or they're like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And then it's always nice to, you know, bring up to them, do you know how to do that? Because half of them are like, oh, no, what do you mean? They're just blindly agreeing to whatever you ask them. As with most of the public. But, so the way to do this, right, if you have a full team, if you don't have a full team, it's a lot harder, but you can still get it accomplished by just talking to the randos. You want to, it's easier done on defending, even with some randoms in the lobby, harder when you're pushing. But the idea here is to get as close to the checkpoint as you can. If you're attacking, if you're defending, you can just hold them back as long as you want. But you want to let them get to the checkpoint, or you want to achieve the checkpoint with ample time enough to do it, so you don't, you know, just lose. But once you hit that checkpoint, you go up like 2 minutes. So then you progress to the next one, farm some more kills, add like 30 seconds left, progress up to the next one, you get 2 more minutes. And so forth, it keeps increasing the time, and you get 4 iterations of that. So it's much better than, like in the map showcased, ending it at like 2 minutes. But that's not the best route to take, right? Again, if the enemy team is kind of pushing hard and they're not trying to farm it, it makes it a little bit difficult if you're not playing with a coordinated team, because they could stop your team way before the checkpoint, and then the next time you've only got the 2 minutes. Now, with that being said, there are some caveats and things that you have to take into consideration when trying to farm for this XP. There are caps. So after you play with the gun for so long, you do hit a cap of how much XP that you can get on that one singular weapon. You do want to switch it up ever so often so that you can progress multiple weapons through one map. If you get lucky enough and you can progress to all the checkpoints, and it takes, you know, 12 minutes of the game, you know, quick maths, something like that, 12 to 15 minutes per each round, so you can easily be looking at a 30-minute game. You can probably get a couple attachments each for a couple of weapons, right? So you can really build up that XP and really start unlocking some stuff, as well as characters. Most of the time I play with one character, which probably isn't the best thing, right? I play with the same character from start to finish. But if you go to switch your weapon, you can always change characters too. So maybe play the first half as one character, second half as a different one, and unlock some additional stuff for both things. I myself am awful at that, and I mostly just focus on one or two characters total. It's like, oh man, somebody took mine. Now what am I going to do, kind of thing. So it probably would be best just to progress and kind of, you know, get the feel for all of them, so they're interchangeable. No matter who your teammates take, you can always be a viable part of the team. But yeah, that's mostly it. With going through it, you just want to really grind out escort. I know that whenever the weekly event is not going on, escort sometimes takes a little bit of time getting into. I know I've sat in queues for 3 to 5 minutes before waiting to get into just an escort match, and to me that sounds like kind of a waste of you know, that time. 3 to 5 minutes you can get through a quick team deathmatch. So I normally load up in both team deathmatch and escort whenever it comes to selecting what multiplayer I want to play, so that way, you know, if it is taking a little time to get into escorts and it finds a team deathmatch, you can run through that real quick and jump right back in queue, just hit play again, and then you'll go back for both. The most I've ever gotten is like 3 back-to-back team death matches and then back into an escort. But it does shake it up, right? Playing the same map, same mode, same objective, it's a little old rather quickly. It's, you know, that COD mentality of playing the same thing over and over and over again until you finally get bored. So it does add a little bit of spice to it and adds it, you know, variety, keeps it fresh. Plus it's a different playstyle, right? More running, sliding, jumping, making sure you're knowing where the enemy are, whereas in escort they're just on the one side. But that's how I get all the XP and farm it like crazy. I think I was able to get my pacifier and the tier 2 sniper rifle to max level in maybe 3-4 hours. It didn't take long at all, and I was just spamming the weekly event, running that escort over and over. But good luck out there. Keep playing. It does get easier. At this time, you know, if you're liking the content, how about you just like and subscribe for me? It really helps out. Drop a comment if you'd like to see anything else specific about the game. I have been playing it quite a bit here lately, and some of it I haven't even been recording just because I've been enjoying the game that much. If you've also been enjoying it, let me know. Tell me what things you might change. I know some things that I can't stand is the balancing of the ultimates. Sometimes they're really good, sometimes others are really bad. But yeah, drop, comment, like, subscribe. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Changing the game.